The story of the lustful blind old man. Hello friends, welcome to your channel. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. A man and a woman were going to the mill with a load of wheat. The woman was riding a donkey and the man was on foot. On the way, they met a blind old man. The woman saw the blind man and said to her husband, "Oh man, come and put this blind man on a donkey until we reach the settlement. Here in the desert there is no one to hold his hand. God does not like him. He wanders." The man was bitter about his wife's words and said, "Woman, stop doing this, let's go." But the woman, who is heartbroken for him, begged again, "No, by God. He is guilty, have mercy on him." In short, the man agreed and hugged the blind man and put him on the donkey, behind his wife. After a few steps, a Kurdish man pulled the woman's waist and said, "Let me see what color your shirt is." The woman said, "The color of my dress is marigold and red." Then the blind man put his hand on the woman's legs and said, "What color are your pants?" The woman said, "Black," and then put her hand on her stomach and said, "Do you think you are pregnant?" The woman said, "Yes, I am 6 months old." They did not say anything until they reached the mill. The woman's husband said to the blind man, "Grandpa, get off your feet so we can go and grind our wheat." But the blind man said bitterly, "Why should I get off?" And he held the poor woman tightly and shouted, "Oh people! This strange man wants to take my wife, my burden, and my donkey from me. Give me back, help me." The people gathered around them and said, "How long has it been since a man with a thick neck wants to trick this helpless and unfortunate blind man?" Then they said to the blind man, "If this woman is your wife, then tell me what color is her shirt?" He said, "Golly," and then without anyone asking him anything, he shouted, "Daddy is tall and black, and she is 6 months pregnant." People said, "Poor Rasses." Then they were taken to the doctor. Duro ruled that they put those 3 people in 3 rooms and closed the doors of the rooms. Then he said to someone, "Go to the back of the room and listen to what they are saying, but be careful that they don't understand." The first officer of Duro went to the back of the room where the woman was and listened. He saw the poor woman beating herself and crying and saying, "You saw what I did to myself, it was all my fault. Whatever my poor husband said, let's go, I didn't listen, now this is the result, I don't know what will happen to me. I die from motherless children." Duro's agent went from there behind the door of the room where the woman's husband was. He saw the poor man sighing and moaning and saying, "Did you see what this depraved woman did to me? This damned blind man is taking possession of my wife, children and life with lies and deception." The officer then went behind the door of the room where the blind man was. He saw that the blind man was dancing and happy and smiling, and he said a little, "God gave it but he is blind, a free donkey and a strong woman." Duro's officer, who heard the words of all 3 people, went to Duro and said, "Mr. Duro, come and see what fun this blind and scheming man is making and what noise he has made." Duro sneakily went behind the door of the room and saw Yarrow singing, "God gave, but he is blind, a free ass and a strong woman." Made sure that this man gave anonymity in return for the kindness and love they gave him. He ordered them to be brought out, and the unknown salt-blind man was tied to a net horse and headed to the desert. And he said to the woman, "So that you don't get fooled by appearances anymore, have this experience, and always listen to your husband.